In a world bathed in the warm inner glow of its people, where every soul is born with a living flame flickering in their heart, I was an anomaly, an empty hearth, a shadow in a world of light. From the moment I drew my first breath, the elders saw it, or rather, didn't see it. The soft golden light that should have pulsed beneath. My skin was absent. My heart, they whispered, was cold, lifeless, cursed. Growing up, the word cursed was my shadow, clinging to me more faithfully than any friend. Other children would gather, their chests radiating a gentle warmth, their laughter sparkling like embers. They'd practice their heart flame, shaping it into dancing sprites or tiny crackling dragons. I could only watch from the periphery, my hands tucked into my pockets, feeling the chill that was uniquely mine. They called me Ash. A name meant to mock what I lacked. I was the girl born from extinguished embers, a reminder of the darkness everyone feared. My parents did their best, but their love was tinged with a deep, unspoken sorrow. My mother would hold me close, her own heart flame a comforting furnace against my back, but I knew she was trying to share a warmth I couldn't hold. My father, a master flame smith, could forge shimmering sculptures of pure light, but he couldn't ignite a single spark within his own daughter. I was their greatest shame and their deepest secret, a constant source of pity and fear in our village. Life was a lonely rhythm of avoidance and quiet endurance. I learned to find solace in the things others overlooked: the coolness of river stones, the silent language of the stars, the deep, earthy smell of the forest after rain. While they cultivated their inner fire, I cultivated a different kind of strength, observation, patience, and an understanding of the world that wasn't defined by light. I saw the nuances in the shadows, the beauty in the dusk. I was different, and while the world saw it as a curse, it slowly, quietly became my own unique lens. Then the world began to change. It started subtly, a flicker of anise. An elder's flame, once a robust bonfire, would sputter and dim without reason. A newborn's light, usually a brilliant little spark, was barely a glimmer. Panic began as a whisper and grew into a roar. The Great Fading, they called it. Across the land, the heart flames that powered our world, warmed our homes, and defined our very existence, were dying. Fear, cold and absolute, descended upon our people for the first time. The vibrant glow of our cities dimmed to a twilight gloom. The laughter that once echoed through the streets was replaced by worried murmurs and the rasp of strained breaths. People huddled together, trying to share what little warmth they had left, but it was like trying to fill a sieve with water. The fire was simply leaving. The elders performed ancient rituals. The flamesmiths tried every technique known, but nothing worked. The world's heart was going out. As the last embers of our civilization began to fade, a desperate energy seized the council. An ancient prophecy, long dismissed as folklore, was unearthed. It spoke of a time when the world's flame would falter, and only one untouched by its embrace, one with a hollow heart, could journey to the earth's core to find the first flame and coax it back to life. Suddenly, all eyes turned to me. Ash, the curse, the outcast, the very thing they had scorned was now their only hope. I could feel the weight of their desperation, a heavy cloak I never asked to wear. They saw me not as a person, but as a tool, a last resort. There was no apology in their eyes, only a raw, pleading need. Part of me wanted to refuse. Why should I save a world that never wanted me? A world that had shown me nothing but coldness. But then I looked at my parents, their faces etched with a fear that transcended their disappointment in me. I saw the children, shivering and afraid, their inner lights nearly extinguished, and I looked at my own hands. I was not like them. I wasn't weakened by the fading. The cold they now felt was the same cold I had lived with. My entire life, I was accustomed to the dark. For the first time, my curse felt like a strength. And so, with a pack filled with provisions and a map pieced together from ancient scrolls, I set out. The journey was perilous. The world outside our dimmed cities was a landscape of creeping shadows and strange new silences. The vibrant, glowing flora had withered into gray husks. The paths, once lit by the collective warmth of travelers, were now treacherous and dark. But I was not afraid of the dark. I navigated by the moon and stars, my eyes long adjusted to the gloom. I felt my way through treacherous mountain passes, my sense of touch heightened by a lifetime of not relying on sight by fire. The cold that would have frozen another traveler was simply my normal state of being. I was a ghost in a dying world, uniquely equipped for its final days. Along the way, I encountered others, stragglers clinging to the last vestiges of their inner fire. An old woman, her flame a mere pinpoint, shared a story of how the fire first came to be, a gift of connection and community. A young boy, scared and alone, showed me a small, flickering toy he had made, a testament to the creativity the flame inspired. These encounters chipped away at my bitterness. I wasn't just saving a source of power. I was fighting for their stories, their love, their laughter, all the things the fire represented. I began to understand that the flame wasn't just light. It was the manifestation of their spirit. Finally, after weeks of travel, I reached the entrance to the Earth's core, a deep chasm that spiraled into the planet's depths. As I descended, the air grew warmer, but it was a dry, dormant heat. I followed the path laid out in the prophecy, my footsteps echoing in the vast, silent cavern. There, at the very heart of the world, I found it, the first flame. But it was not the roaring inferno I had imagined. It was a single, colossal ember, glowing with a faint, tired pulse. It was sleeping, exhausted. All around it were the gray, ashen remnants of flames that had tried to reignite it, the sacrifices of past generations. The prophecy said the hollow-hearted one must reignite it, but how? I had no fire to give. I reached out my hand, not with the intention of giving it warmth, but simply to touch it, to connect with this ancient, weary source of life. The moment my fingers brushed against its surface, a jolt went through me. It wasn't a jolt of fire, but of understanding. The first flame wasn't asking for more fire, it was drowning in it. For generations, my people had drawn from it, but they had also poured their own anxieties, their pride, their anger back into it. The flame was exhausted from carrying the weight of their emotions. It didn't need more fire. It needed a moment of peace, a moment of nothing. I placed my entire palm against the great ember. I didn't try to give it anything. I just was. I shared my silence, my emptiness, my life without fire. I poured my quiet resilience, my patient observation, my acceptance of the dark into it. I gave it the coolness of the river stones, the stillness of the night sky, the calm I had found in my solitude. I gave it a space to breathe. For a long moment, nothing happened. Then, slowly, a change began. The tired, red glow of the ember softened, and a new color bloomed from its center, a pure, brilliant white light, untainted by emotion. It pulsed stronger and stronger, not with heat, but with pure, unburdened energy. A wave of warmth, clean and new, washed over me, and for the first time in my life, I felt a flicker inside my own chest. Not a fire, but a spark of connection. A tiny, steady glow that was all my own. The light surged upwards, out of the chasm and across the world. I could feel it, a great collective gasp of relief on the surface. The people felt the warmth return, not as it was before, but as something cleaner, purer. Their heart flames reignited, no longer fueled by pride or fear, but by a simple, profound sense of connection to the world and each other. When I emerged, I was met not with pity or fear, but with they no longer saw me as Ash, the cursed girl. They saw me as the one who brought back the dawn. My journey wasn't just about reigniting a flame. It was about teaching the world that sometimes true strength isn't found in the fire you possess, but in the quiet space you can create. My emptiness had been the key, the balance the world desperately needed. I wasn't a curse, I was the cure, and in saving the world, I finally found my own place within it, not by becoming like everyone else, but by embracing the unique, quiet light that had been inside me all along. Thank you so much for watching. This story is a reminder that what makes you different might just be your greatest strength. If you enjoyed this journey, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more stories. We'll see you in the next one.